Hi, everybody. It's late, and I'm tired, and I don't have a whole lot of time, but let's just recap. Last week, I didn't do so great. 5, 10, and 1 against the spread, and but a little bit better over under. I went 10 and 6, so kind of flip flop what I did the week before. But then again, not many people did well week 2 anyway. But the two teams that I liked the best last week, the Rams and the Chargers, they both won. So it is what it is. Week 3, I feel that this is a much better week. A lot of people that are overreacting to, what happened the first week or two. I feel like you can start seeing the lines here in week 3. So let's get this started. So we got New York Jets at Cleveland Browns. Browns are -3. Look, I like the Browns as much as the next person, but I just can't back the Browns right now. They still have to figure out a way to win. Maybe they do this week, but I think they're going to win by 1 point or lose by 1 point. They have to find a way to win, make it happen, taking the Jets +3 on the road. For starting the Sunday games, we got the Colts, the Eagles, it's -6.5. If this goes up to 7, I'm definitely taking the Colts here. Carson Wentz is rusty. Andrew Luck, I think playing away from home, there's less pressure to succeed. It's like no one expects him to win. And I think that's when he plays his best. So I like the Colts here, +6.5. Over under is 48. Probably going to go over 48. Sorry, for the Thursday night game, over under is 39 points. Let's go under 39 on that game. Cincinnati Bengals at Carolina Panthers. Panthers are favored by 3. This is actually pretty tricky. The Panthers just lost last week, but now they're playing at home. The Bengals have looked actually pretty good. I'm going to stick with the Bengals. They have been playing pretty well. Granted, they're on the road, but I'm going to take Bengals +3 on the road. Over under is 43.5, 43.5. We're going to go over 43.5. All right, we got the Titans and the Jaguars. I love the Jaguars right now. They just beat the Patriots. They played really well last season. They've got a lot of confidence. Titans are banged up. Who knows who's starting at quarterback? Does it really matter? We're taking the Jaguars -6.5. Over under is 39.5. I actually like this to go over because I feel like there's going to be a lot of pick sixes, fumbles, short fields. The Jaguars are going to take advantage of. But yeah, if it were just the offenses between the two, I'd probably take the under. But we're going over 39.5. All right, we've got the Saints at the Falcons. It's hard to make, who's going to do what in this game. The Saints have been a little bit curious, but it's a divisional game. This is really tough. I think last season, I want to say the Falcons beat the Saints. I think the Falcons beat the Saints and covered late in the season. So I'm going to stick with the Falcons. I think I picked the Saints last time. I was wrong. We're taking the Falcons this time, -3. Over under is 53. Oh, that's tough. Let's go over. I think this is a tough one, but I think we'll go over 53. The Broncos at the Ravens. Okay, this is interesting. The Ravens are -5. You'd think they should just be -3, especially after they just lost last week. But they're coming off an extended rest. Broncos are 2-0. At first you're like, how could the Ravens be favored by 5? But I think the Ravens are a team that they just play so much better at home than on the road. And if this number were at -3, probably a lot of people would be all over the Ravens. So they had to make it to -5, get more people to bet on the Broncos. So I like the Ravens here, -5. Over under is 43 points, and the under. I just feel like it's going to be a low-scoring defensive game, but the Ravens are going to, win this one. All right, with the Giants at the Texans. The Giants haven't looked great, but neither have the Texans. Texans are favored by 6. This is tricky. Honestly, neither team has looked great, and I would lean towards the Texans, but it's just a lot of points. We'll take the Giants +6. Over under is 41.5. We'll take the under. I'm not sure if these teams are going to score that much. So we're getting the under there. We got the Raiders and the Dolphins. Okay, the Raiders, their ball control offense has been pretty good for about a half, and then it falls apart. So I don't know what's going to happen here. The Dolphins are 2-0, but are they really any good? It's hard to say. I'm going to take the Raiders +3 on the road. Maybe I'm a fool for doing this, but we're taking the Raiders. John Gruden really likes this ball control offense, keep the ball on the ground. Over-under is 44. It's kind of low, but let's take the under. The Raiders are going to win here. They're going to keep the score low, win on a field goal, something like 16-13. So I think that's their game plan. And, it's a fine game plan if you can execute in the fourth quarter and have your defense hold up. Which is tough to do now in the NFL with all the rules and everything. Really favors the offenses. Okay, we've got the Packers -3 at the Washington Redskins. This is really tough. The Packers, anytime you're led by Aaron Rodgers, it's going to be hard to bet against him. The Redskins, gosh, I think the Redskins are my nemesis. Like, no matter what I pick with Redskins, I'm almost always wrong. It's almost always the opposite. So it doesn't really matter what I pick. But, home underdog, +3 points. Who knows? We'll take the +3 points at the Redskins. I might regret doing this, actually, but we're taking the home underdogs, and the over-under is 46. I'm going to go under 46. I don't know if Aaron Rodgers is going to score quite as well on the road. All right, we got the Buffalo Bills, the Minnesota Vikings. This is crazy, -16.5 points. Look, the Bills are awful. We all know it. They looked awful, but 16.5, and then the over/under is 40.5 points. So what, they expect the Vikings to win 27-0? Like, I'm not sure what they expect the score to be, but it's 2.5 scores. Like, I know the Bills are bad, but this is the NFL. There's teams have a lot of talent, and if they have any dignity, they're gonna play hard. So I'm taking the Bills +16.5 points at the Vikings, and the over/under is 40.5. We're gonna go over 40. All right, with the 49ers at Kansas City Chiefs. Look, everyone loves the Chiefs. Their offense looks amazing. I can't deny that. As much as I want to take the Chiefs, I've actually been pretty impressed with the 49ers. They haven't played spectacularly, but they've played solid on offense, on defense. I feel like they're slowly kind of putting it together. They got Richard Sherman kind of leading the defensive unit. I think they have a chance. So they're probably going to win, probably not. 6.5 points is quite a bit of points. At 7 points, I think I definitely would take the 49ers here. At 6.5, it's tougher, but we're taking +6.5 on the 49ers. Over-under is 56. It's going to be a shootout. We're taking the over 56. All right, the Battle of LA. Los Angeles Chargers at the Los Angeles Rams. It still sounds weird. I can't get over it. Rams have looked amazing. Chargers are pretty, they looked okay. So this is pretty tough, but 7 points is a lot in the NFL. I'm going to lean towards the Chargers. I love the Rams, but the Chargers, it's kind of like a home game in the sense that they don't have to travel very far. They're just traveling from whatever, the StubHub Center to the Coliseum. So not too far. Anyway, we're taking the Chargers +7. Over-under is 48. We're going to go over 48. All right, we got the Bears at the Arizona Cardinals. The Cardinals have looked god-awful. The Bears have been okay, but not necessarily spectacular themselves. I like the Cardinals to bounce back this week. Again, if they have any sort of pride or dignity, they're going to fight, and they're going to fight hard. So I like the Cardinals cover +6 at home. That's so many points to give away at home. Over-under is 38.5 points. Look, both these offenses have been atrocious, but that's hardly any points at all. I got to go over 38.5. Just takes a few scores. All right, and then we got the Cowboys at the Seahawks. Cowboys are a public team. Everyone loves the Cowboys. I mean, really, this should be Cowboys. The Seahawks should be favored by 3. They're only favored by 1. It's just free value. We're taking the Seahawks -1. Over under 41.5. And it's tricky. I like the over by just a little bit, or just a little over 41.5. All right, now we got the Patriots at the Lions. Bill Belichick gets to show Matt Patricia what's up. Patriots are pissed off. They don't usually lose twice in a row. Granted, they have to be on the road 2 weeks in a row, but I expect the Patriots to come to play. I'm taking the Patriots -6.5 on the road. Over under 51.5. Taking the over. And then last game, Monday Night Football, we got Pittsburgh Steelers -2.5 at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now look, maybe the Tampa Bay isn't the real deal, but as long as Fitz magic is still rolling, you got to go with the magic. So we're taking Tampa Bay Buccaneers +2.5 at home underdogs, Monday Night Football in the bright lights. Over under 51.5, taking the over. All right, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll do better this week. I'm pretty sure we will, and we'll see how we do. All right, have a good night.